The current collective agreement for full-time and partial load faculty expires on September 30th, 2021. Even though bargaining won't officially begin until July 2021, there is much to prepare before then. This means that the upcoming academic year, beginning in September 2020, will be a very important one. To get a better understanding of how the upcoming academic year will look, let's first take a look at what the bargaining cycle looks like. The bargaining cycle has three main stages: negotiating, enforcement, and demand set. In the demand set stage, members voice which issues they would like discussed at the bargaining table. This stage typically lasts several weeks and begins approximately 1 year prior to the expiry of the contract. Your involvement as a member of the academic bargaining unit is crucial in shaping the next collective agreement. Your feedback tells the elected bargaining team what issues matter most to you. In the negotiating stage, the union's bargaining team negotiates with the employer's bargaining team on the issues put forth by the members. Through negotiations, changes are made to the current collective agreement. This stage can span months and even last over a year. If an agreement is reached by both parties, the proposed collective agreement will be brought to the members for a vote. Once approved by the membership, we move to the next stage of the bargaining cycle, enforcement. In the enforcement stage, union leaders and members ensure that the terms of the collective agreement are respected. The enforcement stage continues until the next collective agreement is in effect. This November, OPSEU will hold a pre-bargaining conference. Elected delegates from each local will attend this meeting and will be tasked with voting in members to our bargaining team. With the help of the divisional executive, the new bargaining team will prepare materials for locals to use in the next step of the process, local demand set meetings. In January 2021, all 24 locals will host demand set meetings where members can propose demands. Larger colleges or colleges with multiple campuses may hold multiple demand set meetings to ensure as many members have the chance to participate as possible. All the information that is collected will be tallied and analyzed by our bargaining team. Once the team has reviewed the demands, local delegates will gather again in the spring for a final demand set meeting. At this meeting, the top demands across the provinces will be reviewed and strategies around bargaining will be discussed. 90 days prior to the expiry of the collective agreement, the union or the employer can provide a notice to bargain, signifying that they would like to begin negotiating a new collective agreement. For us, that date is July 2nd, 2021. On September 30th, 2021, our collective agreement will expire. If a tentative agreement is reached by then, it will be taken to the members for a vote, called a ratification vote. If an agreement has not yet been reached, negotiations will continue, and faculty will continue working under the terms of the expired collective agreement. If the parties are unable to reach a tentative deal, other measures may be taken. On the union side, the bargaining team may wish to call a strike mandate vote. Your vote tells the bargaining team whether you support their decision to call a strike if and only when needed. A strike mandate vote does not mean a strike is imminent. On the contrary, a strong strike mandate vote shows the employer that the members support the bargaining team and the demands they have put forward. A strike mandate vote can be held any time within 30 days prior to the expiry of the collective agreement or any time after its expiry. On the employer side, the bargaining team may choose to put an offer directly to you, the members. This can happen as early as 15 days prior to the expiry of the collective agreement or any time after its expiry. The employer can only make one offer to the members throughout the bargaining process. Once the offer is made, members will vote to accept or to reject the offer. If the offer is accepted by the majority, then bargaining ends and a new collective agreement is in place. If the offer is rejected, then bargaining continues. Throughout the bargaining period, if no agreement has been reached, either party may ask a conciliator for a no-board report. 16 days later, if there is still no tentative agreement in place, a few scenarios can occur. Number 1. The employer can unilaterally impose terms and conditions of employment on faculty. This means that members do not get to vote on these terms and conditions, but are forced to go back to work under these imposed terms and conditions without a collective agreement in place. The employer can change the terms and conditions of employment at any time. The only way to end the imposition is to reach a tentative deal, or for members to accept the employer's offer by majority. The last time the employer imposed terms and conditions on the faculty was in 2009. Number 2, the union may call a strike. After the union gives the employer 5 days' notice of a potential strike, they are in a strike position. If members go on strike, they will cease all duties at the college and participate in strike duties. Members who participate will be given strike pay. Some locals have contingency plans in place that include supplementing strike pay with additional pay. The last strike took place in 2017. Number 3, the employer may choose to call a lockout. After the employer gives the union 5 days' notice of a potential lockout, they are in a lockout position. In essence, the employer is forcing the members to go on strike. In the event of a lockout, all members would perform strike duties. To date, the employer has not acted on this option. The strike in 2017 lasted 5 weeks until mid-November. When the employer brought their offer to the membership, an overwhelming 86% of members rejected their offer. A few days later, the Wynne government passed Bill 178, legislating faculty back to work and thereby ending the strike. This is a violation of our rights under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and therefore OPSEU has filed a charter challenge. Because faculty were forced back to work, negotiations ended even though no collective agreement was in place. Therefore, an arbitrator settled the outstanding issues discussed at the bargaining table. In December 2017, arbitrator Kaplan released his ruling, which included amendments to the previous collective agreement and which finalized the present collective agreement. So what's next? Our collective agreement expires in 1 year. As a member of this bargaining unit, we encourage you to exercise your right in shaping our next collective agreement. We recommend to all members to do the following. Number 1, get informed. Learn about the challenges that college faculty are facing and the rights that we are protecting. Number 2, speak up. Get in touch with your local steward and let them know what's happening in your area. Let your union protect you and fight for you. Number 3, get involved. Your union will hold general membership meetings to discuss your concerns and give bargaining updates. Your local will also hold 1 or more demand-set meetings where you will discuss and vote on the issues that are of most concern to you. Through this process, the bargaining team will know which concerns are of priority to the membership and will be fighting for these demands on your behalf. Only by attending these meetings will your voice be heard. Your local may have also started virtual meetings, which is another great way to connect with other faculty and the local. And if you feel you have more to offer to the local, let your local leaders know. Our faculty are multifaceted, multi-talented, and diverse, and the local can always benefit from your contributions. Here is a list of ways that you can get in contact with us. Due to the limited access to campus, we recommend that you contact us by phone or email. Our office will remain closed until further notice. Please visit our website at www.opseu562.org to join our mailing list and get the latest updates and reminders from your local leadership.